This is Wednesday, the 5th of March, 2025. We're in the test area here at Vincent. We had a couple presses lined up for this testing and canceled both of them. What we're going to do is start with this one. Bill right now is programming it for auto reversing. 30 seconds forward at low speed, 10 seconds backwards at high speed. Here's a cement mixer we're going to use to mix this fabric. We have the big pieces here, and we have the partially shredded mid-sized pieces, and then we have the shredded material. Shredded material shouldn't be any problem. These long pieces I expect to jam in this press despite the auto reversing mode, and then we'll turn around and run it in this little press, which has a completely different configuration and we expect to work. The mixer right now, and turn on the mixer, and whoop. See if you can feed in a bucket. I can do that. You can feed in a bucket. So approximately we have here 6 kilos of fabric, and we're adding 36 kilos of water. Yeah, go ahead, Bill. Turn it on. So it'll go forward for 30 seconds. It's going forward. I only have about 3 scoops of material in here. See that screen quiver? Yeah, it's really torquing. It ought to swing into a reverse motion pretty soon. There it goes in reverse. 10 seconds real fast. Oop, forgot about that happening. So we're unplugging it, and now we'll go forward again for 30 seconds at a more reasonable speed. I'm just going to let the screen spin around that way. The inlet hopper, there's the stuff that backed out. We're going to let this batch run. I'll probably feed some more in here. Here's the 6:1 ratio. Going backwards now. And there it's swinging forward again. I haven't got anything coming out of the discharge yet. I don't think I've got anything fed that far. We're giving up on this press. We got some cake forming down here at the end, and it's the first cake that's just been conveyed along. But shows a tremendous power. See how that flight is bent? Okay, we're getting ready to run again in this press. I didn't show you the end to the discharge here, and you probably won't get to see it for a while. This one works by weights, and we hung some pieces of drop steel in the bucket to give it some weight. You can run in 28 RPM and throw it in. Let's see what happens. The water, I rehydrated the sample with the press liquor that we got from that first pressing. Get my bucket out of the way here, or in the right place, that's better. Still don't have a plug formed. I'm still... oh, wow, it goes as fast as I can. It goes fast. Okay, here we go. The cone's starting to open. As soon as we get some solid material out, okay, the dripping stops, and this is your press cake coming out. The first cake is wet. We'll see if it's drier back here. And I'm going to...
change the water to the press cooker bucket?
Yeah, keep feeding. It's going to be hard to get a time test on this one. I'm surprised to see that much water running off the press cake. Okay. We don't have enough sample to get a time test, but we do have some figures for testing this type of material. I will get a good sample of press cake to see the moisture content of this material as it comes out. I can still squeeze water out of it, but we'll see what we get.
I think that may be a function of art.
Okay, we are going to try one more time. We've rehydrated our sample and we're going to put it in. We're running a lot slower, half speed this time. See if we make drier press cake. Now you won't have any water coming out here because it's we couldn't get much press cake out. We just cleaned it as what we could. Okay, here's the cone opening. And what I'm going to do is we'll feed this in there and then grab a sample for moisture analysis. Anyway, this will give us representative. Here's one of these little metal pieces, a zipper. Here it goes. This is our test with the medium length material. I think I saw a 5x5, well it's certainly not 5x5, but about 6 kilos with 36 kilos of water. We're not going to try and catch the free water, we're just feeding it in. I have some of the residual material from the previous test here. And we're getting a flow of press liquor out already. Okay, and it's starting to feed through this press. The contraption here bothers us all, but we had some real fancy weights, keyhole cut that fit on the... Anyway, they got apparently sold for scrap iron. Go ahead. Good feeding action. Oh, that's right. We got the Cargill stripper, we call it.
Tyson.
Hose?
Tyson stripper.
Tyson stripper. That's one on either side, that vertical plate. Oh, that's sort of a trade secret. Huh.
Not anymore.
Making things work. But that is excellent feeding. And here's our cake coming out. Press liquor flow. Steady. Try feeding it real fast, see if we can flood it. See if we can trip it out. I didn't hang my ammeter on this one. What we see here is it feeds very rapidly. And I'll get a represented sample of press tape down there. Oh, I can. Ready? Okay. There's a press tape sample. Okay, here's the plan. We've got the medium length. Here's the hydrated full length. I put a black marker in here. We're going to turn on the press and run all of the long material and catch a sample of it. Then we're going to combine the press tape from all three of these trials and run that through this press, all as one big mixed lump, in order to get the kilos per hour of dry material that'll go through this 6-inch screw press. We need that piece of data to scale it up to a larger throughput capacity press.